Last time we tackled all the mole infestation, we painted on a membrane to keep out the moisture, and we put up plasterboards almost everywhere in the kitchen, along with the very first cabinet. And in this week, we are tackling all of the new cabinets that needs to go in, so there's a lot of drilling, moving around, and trying to fit everything into the places where they need to be. And we are super excited for you guys to see all of the hard work really paying off as we start to see a kitchen taking shape. Welcome to my ordinary life.
Hello all ordinary people, welcome to the channel. If you haven't done already, remember to like the video, subscribe and hit that notification bell to join the ordinary army. What is gonna happen today? First off, I'm gonna clean out the window seal here. We actually have the drywalling above the window that needs to be fixed because there's something wrong with it. It has a different height because the walls are slightly slanted. And today, the radiator right under the camera here is going to be removed. So we can actually start getting the base for the cabinets down. We're gonna start putting in the cabinets over here. We're gonna have over here some more drywalling. So basically that means the whole kitchen is really starting to come together, and once we have all of the cabinets in, we can start putting the cabinets down here under the camera where the radiator is, and then everything is just gonna start coming together real nice. So we are super excited about this week's vlog, so let's just jump into it here. The first task I have today is to get rid of the things that are hanging on the wall. We have a friend also called Martin who's gonna come and take down the radiator and really close that off so it's closed off properly. I'm gonna clear out the window seal. I'm gonna have to fix this up here. There's something wrong with the drywalling. It's not as far in as the one on the side here, so we're gonna fix that. And we're gonna put some more drywalling over here where it makes sense. So that is the tasks. Let's start up by cleaning.
If there is something we have learned throughout this whole process with the project of the kitchen renovation, is that you need to try and keep a clean workspace. Now that might sound very self-explanatory, but it's actually very difficult to try and keep things clean and needy while you also try and always move the project forward. So I just took some time here to clean everything, starting to get things off the wall so we could remove the radiator and just try and make everything a lot more easier on ourselves, because when the radiator is actually gone, we can start putting down the base so we can start putting in the cabinets. But cleaning is just one of those tedious things that you don't really want to do, but it really helps out in the long term.
I put up this drywall last night and there's something wrong with the wall. So the wall is kind of slanted, which means the drywall that I put up over the window doesn't actually match the drywall width of the one on the side. So I'm gonna have to take this down, see what the hell is going on with that part of the drywall so we can actually fix it and try and remedy it so it actually looks nice. So that's what we're gonna do now.
The one thing with this old house and many old houses is that some of the walls are just not totally level. This wall actually turned out to be a little bit slanted, so I actually had to remove some of the drywall, which was very difficult because we've already screwed the cabinet into the side and it was really in there. So I had to do something creative here, but I made it work in the end, and we actually fixed the drywall so it wasn't slanted, it wasn't at different levels, and it actually looked really nice once we started to plaster everything over and paint it. But it was just one of those things where it's super annoying because you kind of feel like you taking a step backwards when you just moved forward.
The radiator is gone. The pipes are gone. The radiator is gone, which means now we can actually start getting the base here onto the floor as well and start really getting the kitchen into the space, which is super exciting. So Martin is gonna just clean up the space here while I begin tackling the other base that we have, and then then we're gonna have soon like some sort of a version of a kitchen. So that's super exciting.
Once again, the importance of cleanup. The reason that we did so much cleaning is because we are almost ready to get the cabinets into the space. Now, right now, it might look like it's very much still in a rough state, which it is, but you have to realize that we have a very small house and it was actually very difficult to move stuff around. So we had to take it in sections, which means we had to take time to clean so we could move some of the cabinets, so we could clean some other places, so we could move more stuff around, because it's not that big of a space. And I am actually going to show you guys what everything looks like, because it was just ridiculous. We were literally living on top of piles of stuff and cabinets and kitchen stuff and whatever else you could possibly imagine that would be in here. And we had a very hard time actually moving around as well. Our fridge was standing in the living room right next to our fireplace and to the couch. So it was just not a nice living condition, but screwing the base to the cabinets in here kind of felt like we were moving in the right direction. And when we finally started to pull in the cabinets to kind of try and find out what space they were going to be in and where the location was going to be, it really started to feel like we actually had a kitchen. Now, this is not the final placement of the cabinets. We actually switched some of them around because it made more sense kind of ergonomically and where the different stuff was going to be. But basically this section here is a totally new section that wasn't in the kitchen before. And once we actually start doing the general layouts, you guys are going to see how much bigger the space looks and feels with the new cabinets inside of the space here.
We have the first cabinets in our kitchen. It is so surreal. Now you can really see the what form the kitchen is going to have. So right here we have this under cabinet. This is just going to be for storage. We have a cabinet just in front here. Let's see if I can. This one. And this one is actually going to go on top of the cabinet here, because we're going to have our new oven in this upper cabinet that is going to be on top here. And then we're going to have something else on top of that. So we have lots of storage, and we're kind of building our own fake tall cabinet. So that's the plan with that. Over here, this has a weird front to it. But the idea is, because this is so big, it has a big opening. And it actually has these swinging modules inside. This is where we can put our induction hub. And our new induction hub that we're gonna get actually has the exhaustion fan built into it. So we don't have to have an exhaustion fan up here, which means there's a lot of space underneath for that exhaustion fan to actually go down and up behind everything else. Over here we have all of the drawers, which is the only drawers that came with the kitchen, but that's fine. This is the best place to put it, because when you're cooking, you want things right next to you. And then there's going to be the wall-mounted cabinets are going to be from about here and all the way over to the corner here. So we're going to have tons of storage all throughout the space. You've already seen this. We have the tall cabinet over here. This is where the fridge is going to go. It's going to go inside of this tall cabinet here. Then we're going to have two cabinets built kind of together in front of all the pipe work. So our new big
and it is big. I'm gonna show you guys the new sink that we got, but that can actually be in this space, and then our dishwasher, and then we're gonna have cabinets here as well, going from besides the dishwasher all the way to the corner. And on top here we're gonna have another wall-mounted cabinet to really tie everything together. And that also means that we can have this wall-mounted cabinet actually hide the exhaust fan that is gonna go around. It's an exciting day, and you can kind of see the kitchen starting to come together now, which is really exciting. I am probably going to start working on getting the cabinets into this space. There's a lot of drilling that needs to be done because we have all of these piping situation. There's some outlets that I need to screw back into the wall. We need to have drilled a hole into one of the cabinets so the pipe can come up through that. So there's a lot of space that just needs to be made into the cabinets for it to actually function as we want it to. But it's super exciting to see everything just come together now.
Of course, with jobs like this, where there is anything related to electricity involved, I of course always call on my best friend, Michael, to help out with all the electricity, and he was actually invaluable because we got the fridge into place, which was so nice that it was not in the living room anymore. And after the fridge got into place, it looks a bit wonky now, but we're gonna fix that. We went to town on fixing the rest of the electrical. So he started to working on the electrical and getting the dishwasher into place. And after that, we also started to have a look at the cabinets. So the cabinets actually needed to get a good drilling in the base of them to actually get them over the pipes. We needed to fit every single pipe, and we're actually combining two cabinets into one. So we actually had to drill out or cut out the space in the top as well to actually fit in the new big sink that we got, which is just so beautiful. I'm in love with the sink and I cannot wait to show you guys. But getting these two cabinets into place, man, that was a lot of work. It was a lot of back and forth, lifting, trying to drill some more, cut out some more of the base of it. It was just a lot of work, but we made it work in the end, and the result is just so good. So when we actually started to drill, we also realized that we needed to pull all the piping from the dishwasher. That also needed to be pulled. We also needed to drill for the next cabinet that could actually go down above the piping, but not remove the back completely. It was just a lot of fiddling back and forth, but we made it work. And again, it's one of those things that once you actually started to see the stuff take place and get into the place that they were supposed to be, everything just came together, and it was such a sight to behold. Overall, just the most weird and amazing feeling. So placing the cabinet here and putting the electrical through the back, I was ready to get the next of the cabinets into place and screw everything together so it was nice and sturdy and we could actually get the sink into place as well.
Thanks to the help of Michael, we have actually made very, very much progress on the kitchen, which is fantastic to see. We have gotten in some more kitchen elements. So we have a cabinet here, which was quite a hassle to put down because we have the drain pipe going up through the floor. And I have this space in between here with all the pipes and the waterworks going up as well. I need to figure out how to get that in there, but there's power. Like, the fridge is on, it is in place, it's exactly where it's supposed to be. Dishwasher right here, which is exactly where it's supposed to be. So everything is just really starting to come along, and we can actually start to see that we have a living room and a dining room again, because all of these cabinets were in there. So it's really cool to see that everything is just coming along nicely. The next task for us is to get this cabinet unit into place over all the pipe work. We have these pull out trash departments where you can sort your trash, which is a requirement by Danish law. Basically, I need to drill a hole into the bottom of it so I can slide it over the whole piping situation, which is it's a bit of a hassle. I'm a little nervous to do it, to be honest, but it does need to be done. So that's what I'm gonna do now, and wish me luck. So we have a hole in the back now. And then I need to cut down the back side to actually be able to slide it over the pipe that comes from the wall. And that's that. Let's try and slide it in.
Now, as I did mention, there was quite a lot of guesswork involved in getting this cabinet down over the pipes. The reason for that is all the pipes were at various different lengths and widths, and some went from this front to the back wall, this far out, and some didn't. It was just a lot of back and forth, but we actually did make it work. It was just a lot of trial and error and lifting and cutting and lifting and cutting some more, but we made it work in the end. And once it was in there, oh man, did it look good.
Look at the state of the kitchen. We have gotten most of the cabinets in. We have the dishwasher in, which is going to be height adjusted. We have a little hole over here, which we're going to make our own cabinet because it's too small for us to put anything in between it. We're going to make something makeshift over here with some nice storage opportunity. Maybe the air fryer can be down here below. It's going to be good. But basically, we can see a kitchen starting to take form. So there's still a lot of small details that needs to be worked out. We're coming along really nicely. I will see you guys tomorrow, where we are gonna continue with our kitchen adventure here. It is a new day, and today I'm starting to tackle all of the smaller things that we need to fix around the place for it to actually be functional as a kitchen. The first thing I need to do before we can actually get a new tabletop on, I have them out in the car, is to fix this hole here. Now, we initially wanted to have another cabinet in this corner. That's just not gonna be an option, so I'm gonna build my own big storage cabinet area out of some scrap tabletops that we got from the other kitchen. So we're not actually going to use these tabletops for anything else, which means they are going to be perfect for a cabinet. And yeah, let's start cutting some shit. Moment of truth. It's a snug fit, but the edge here matches perfectly. Oh yeah. After I'm done with that, we need to tackle this over here. This is where the sink is gonna go, and I haven't showed you guys the sink yet, so let's just do that. We got this sink really inexpensive. It was down by over half, and it is just the most beautiful sink. It's so big, it's exactly what we wanted. So here it is, it's packed into this protective, but it is brushed steel, so it has like this really nice brushed, almost like matte black finish to it. And as you can see, it's quite a big sink. So it is 70 centimeters wide, which is about, I don't know, 25 centimeters wider than the usual sinks or like the standard measurements. As a previous chef, I have to say there's just nothing worse than having a small sink where you can actually fit anything. So we have these two cabinets here that are actually mounted together. We actually need to fit the sink over both of them. So I need to cut out throughout the two cabinets for us to actually put the sink down. The thing with me is I'm kind of taking things as they come. So right now we need to measure out the height that we need the side piece to be. And that's about 70 centimeters. Mostly level, so that's fine. That's good. And this actually fits in there, which is good as well. Boom, baby! Oh yeah. This is gonna be good. Like, it is chipping a few places, but again, we're working with recycled materials here, just to really use all the secondhand stuff that we can. So I'm gonna screw this into the wall and then see what's next. I think it's probably gonna be a back piece that I can get from one of the old cabinets. So yeah. Now I realize that the way that I'm doing this is 100% not the way to do it. But seeing as I am not a professional and this is how, in my head, it's the easiest way to do it, that's the way we're gonna do it. Did I just make a cabinet? I think I did. So there are some few with the like edges. Again, they chipped, but we're gonna fix that with some silicone, some white silicone to really blend it in. But yeah, I think it looks good. I'm proud. Now we just need a shelving unit in here and a back piece, and then we can start putting on the tabletop. So that's it for this week's episode. We have gotten a lot of stuff done. A lot of small stuff has gotten done, but it's really starting to look like something in here. And next week is going to be really, really exciting because next week we are going to put on the countertops. We're going to put in the oven and the stovetop, and we're going to put in the sink. So a lot of stuff is going to happen next week. So remember to hit that notification bell and subscribe if you haven't already to get notified every single time I upload and to become part of the Ordinary Army. Being ordinary is awesome, and that's what I'm trying to show here. And leave a like. And to any new subscribers down there, any new viewers, why not subscribe? Like, why? Become part of the army. But yeah, I think that's it for me. Thank you so much for joining us on our kitchen renovation journey. It's super exciting and a lot more cool stuff is gonna come. So I promise next week you're gonna see a whole new shape to the kitchen. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for joining me on my ordinary journey here. So I really appreciate that, and remember to stay ordinary, because being ordinary is what? Yeah, it's fucking awesome. Bye!